Everyone is you pushed out. How are they turning up, and what are you pushing out that's causing that? Ask yourself. All right, guys, I am going to do a Loz lesson suggestion from the Subconscious Loz Squad, all about everyone is you pushed out. That is something that Neville Goddard taught, and a lot of people teach it wrong. And in this lesson, I'm going to teach you exactly what that means and how it applies to you, your specific person, and that implies anyone in your reality, not just in love. So guys, if you want to understand this further and you really want to deep dive into understanding that no one in your reality has any fucking free will, then I have a treat for you. Coming up in the month of October is They Are Your Puppet, my latest course, and you will get it as part of your Subconscious Loz Squad membership of $50 or $35 a month if you join yearly. And I drop a course or challenge that really everyone has been asking for. And this title, They Are Your Puppet, was one of my most recent YouTubes that went viral, and everyone was loving it, and everyone wanted to understand what the fuck that means when it is related to your specific person. That you are pulling the strings and creating what they say, what they do, and how they feel about you. Now, some of you might have a very hard time understanding that, and therefore I highly suggest you come and join us in the squad for this course dropping October 6th. So let's go into the lesson now. Everyone is you pushed out. Now, when you hear that expression, it sounds a bit weird at first, because what does that mean? Everyone is you. That's the hardest bit to get. But let's just dissect the pushed out part. When Neville Goddard says pushed out, where is he implying it's coming from? He's implying it's being pushed from somewhere. So it's being pushed from the internal you. So something in here is coming out here and being pushed out. Now, if you've ever read the Bible or you've heard the expression, as within, so without, that's what everyone as you pushed out is implying. That's what it's talking about. As within here gets pushed out here, and everyone out here is a reflection of in here. And in They Are Your Puppet, I go deep into this. Because a lot of you are still thinking other people are making their own decisions, are still thinking they have their own free will, and you've got to understand that they are not. So all you have to do to uncover this, and whether it's true or not, is to look at your own life. And we'll go back to this in a second, but I just want you to think while I'm talking, how does this apply right now to my own life as Loz is talking about this? If I look and investigate things that are happening to me right now, things in my 3D reality, the way people treat me, the things that are happening, if I listen to what Loz is saying and I apply what she's saying to what is actually going on, I will see that everyone is me pushed out. So I just want you to think about the things that are happening in your life right now as I'm talking about this. And then I want you to tell me in the comments what it is right now you've uncovered after watching this that you realize is actually evidence that everyone is you pushed out. So let's go back to what the meaning of that is. If it means that it's pushed out by you, then what is the everyone is bit? Well, the everyone is the part of these teachings that a lot of people have trouble with, which is no one in your reality is anything but a hologram, a reflection, the mirror of your internal state. Now, when I say state, I mean the you are right now, your being, your I amness, okay? The thoughts and beliefs that have culminated in the you now are creates the way they are out here. And a lot of people have trouble accepting this, but if you start investigating things in your own life whilst I'm talking, you'll realize it's true, and you can't unsee it when you see this. And once you discover this, you can't blame another, because there actually is no other. And I know that's really hard to get your head around, really hard. But I just want you to open your mind for a second, flip the lid, and absorb these teachings without judgment. Everyone is in their singular reality of their own making. That is something you will have to accept to understand any manifestation teachings that are taught properly, like law of assumption. not the universe is doing anything to you. This is you are doing it to you. Okay, we have to accept this to understand how to use this correctly. You are already doing it. Now you're going to utilize what you've learned correctly. You are already pushing out into your reality of your own making the way people turn up for you, the way people treat you, the way people are. You just haven't realized it yet. It's not something you can not do. It's happening all the time. But now you're going to become aware through this lesson that it's happening, and then how to do it correctly so people aren't showing up wrong for you. People aren't treating you badly. Things aren't going awry in your 3D reality. You aren't getting triggered by things that are happening because you realize you caused them. So what you've got to understand is everyone in your reality, if you can really accept this, is you pushed out means that they can only be as you are being internally. Now, in the case of something like narcissism, people really misunderstand this, or abuse, and they think, are you saying that for me to have been abused, I have to be the abuser? Or for me to have manifested a narcissist into my reality in a relationship, I must be a narcissist? No, guys, no. And really fucking hear me when I say some of you have severe comprehension problems, and instead of listening when people talk about these things, you get really triggered by what they're saying and you can't actually hear the rest of the explanation because you suddenly think we're blaming you for the thing we're talking about. No one's blaming you when they teach you this. So if you manifested a narcissist, you've got to ask yourself, the way they're treating me right now, is it a reflection of my beliefs about myself? So think about it. If a narcissist is always about themselves, or puts themselves before you, or puts you down, you've got to think, is putting me down to do with me thinking I'm not good enough or I'm less than? Yes. Is it to do with me putting them on a pedestal? Yes. Is them not treating me well got to do with the fact that I treat others better than I treat myself, or I am an overgiver or people pleaser? Yes. Is it the fact that they are all about themselves and don't prioritize me, all about me thinking I'm not good enough to be put first? Yes. Oh, that's how I manifested a narcissist. Abuse. If a person is physically, emotionally, mentally, or sexually abusive to you, did you at any point in your childhood have a situation that occurred that had that in it? Ask yourself. You will have. And if it's continuing to happen now as an adult, it never happens by itself. Nature abhors a vacuum. Things don't just happen out of nowhere. You've got to assess what happened to you, or a shame event, might not have been abuse, but a shame event that happened to you as a child now culminates in a person treating you that way. Now, am I saying that you are to blame for it? Fucking hear me when I'm talking without being triggered by what I just said. Flip the lid of your fucking skull for a second, open your fucking brain, and without writing anything, think about what I'm saying. Really think about yourself. Oh, what happened to me as a kid? What am I ashamed of? What do I really think about me, and why do I think I'm not good enough? Why do I people please and overgive? Why do I put others first before me? This is the keystone to all of my teachings, to make you flip the lid on your brain and ask yourself these really hard questions. Because when you do, you will see that everyone in your reality is that thinking pushed out and culminating in a person treating you the way they're treating you. Doing what they're doing to you, being the way they're being, based on your being. Are you getting this? Now, going back to now, let's investigate what's happening in your life right now. Tell me right now in your reality, right now, guys, situations that are happening to you right now that you've just had an aha moment, are you pushed out? Tell me, because I'll tell you one about me right now in my work life. If you've noticed, in my videos, I have an assumption people are fucking dumb. Have you noticed? I have a really big assumption that the majority of the world aren't particularly bright. Have you noticed this is the way I speak to people? This is the assumption I have. That I get frustrated that you haven't heard me, or you've got triggered and you haven't fully listened to a full sentence? What do you think happens in my workplace? How do people show up? If I have the assumption that people are incompetent or stupid, how do you think people show up as an employee under me? If I have that assumption. Think about it. They'll be incompetent, right? They'll be dumber than hell, yes. Right? So I've got to get rid of that fucking assumption. But it's really hard because I have had that assumption my whole life. I will look at people, what they're doing, and think, are you fucking thick? Like, I have had that assumption my whole life. I can't help it. I just have always thought that about people. I'm just like, are you not seeing what I'm seeing? Like, I see bigger picture things, or I read people really quickly and other people can't see it. And I'm like, can't you see what I'm seeing about that person? Can't you see why they're acting the way they are? I would always pick apart people and say, but they're acting this way because they're secretly gay, or they're acting this way because of blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh. And I'm like, can't you see? So my internal gift of being able to read people really quickly or read situations means that I see things a little bit faster sometimes than other people. Then I assume the other person's a bit thick because they didn't see it as fast as me. Or I will be explaining something and I get annoyed that someone isn't getting it as quick as I got it. You understand? So I get impatient because I'm like, catch up. Now, if that's the case and that's the way I think, then people in my workplace will be incompetent sometimes, will forget things sometimes, will not do what I want sometimes, will do things imperfectly or make mistakes. So I've got to start having the assumption that everyone's incredibly capable. And of course I think my team are capable, but there will be times when something fucks up, I'll be like, ugh, can't rely on anyone. Now, my mum used to be like this, and she used to do everything herself. She used to push me literally out the way and be like, let me do it. And I have made that mistake with my own employees. So how is anyone going to learn or feel competent or feel like they're valued if I do that? Because I know that's how it made me feel when I was a kid, unvalued and stupid. Or that I couldn't do things right, so I just gave up because she was so critical. Do you understand? So I've got to curb my thinking and not think that way. Otherwise, everyone in my reality will turn up that way. Then they'll make me more annoyed. Then I'll do more 3D things that imply that I think they're incompetent. And it will just be a vicious cycle. And then you get annoyed at the people, but you've got to understand the kernel of thinking came from me, came from you, of what you're thinking. So what are you thinking right now in your 3D reality? That's showing up in your 3D reality. What has shown up in your 3D reality you've realized has come from your thinking? Tell me. Let me read. Haha, I have the same assumption about my co-workers. And that's how they'll turn up, guys. I create obstacle in love because of my childhood. My dad made me feel like I don't matter. Then you won't matter in love, darling. What is everyone noticing in their 3D reality right now? I have to overgive in order to be loved and chosen. No, I'm asking you, what have you noticed in your 3D reality right now that you've realized came from your thinking? What is it? I've tried for a year straight with no luck, and now I know why. Holy shit. This is the aha moment everyone always has when they listen to me, darling. Just stick with me. When I did this, I had my light bulb moment. Yes, I know, guys, but for fuck's sake. I haven't watched manifesting content in months, and you just blew my mind in 30 seconds. Guys, stick with me, for fuck's sake. Sometimes it shows up as cancelled plans, substance abuse, cheating. Okay, so what is it so that's showing up, but what is it you realise you've been thinking that's causing that? He hurt me repeatedly and would apologise and do it over and over, so my subconscious expects pain. And then you said, sometimes it shows up as cancelled plans, substance abuse, cheating. It's all the same belief. My needs don't matter. Love, workplace, family, etc. Right. Then they won't put your needs first and they'll treat you as second best or do their own thing, etc. I have to say, it's impressive that you're willing to be vulnerable as a teacher like that. Guys, if you don't learn from my mistakes, how the fuck are you going to learn? I built this entire platform on teaching you from my mistakes. I listened to other people and made so many mistakes learning this because they didn't teach it properly. You understand? I'm not included. I'm always left out, and then I am. Right. And you probably say things like, well, I would have liked to have been invited to that. Or how come I wasn't invited to this? So if you think there's something wrong with you, or you think you won't be included, you won't be. If you think you're not enough to be included, you won't be. Understand? Partner used to not prioritize me, and he would prioritize work, training, friends. So what is your belief that you have about you that he won't put you first? In you, that you think about you, not about him, what you think about you. I wasn't heard, acknowledged as a child, and my SP dismisses my feelings or talks over me. Guys, it's like textbook. Right? Everyone is you pushed out. How are they turning up, and what are you pushing out that's causing that? Ask yourself. Here endeth the lesson. So guys, if you want to learn more about this and how to actually operate the person properly, like you're the puppet master and they're the fucking puppet, come and join us in the squad. October 6th, they are your puppet. My latest course will start. It's so powerful. I'm even going to bring out some little puppets to demonstrate so you guys really, really, really finally fucking get this. So your specific person, whether they're your boss, your lover, your situationship, your husband, your friend, turn up the way you want. You've got to become the puppet master. You're already doing it, but you're doing it unintentionally right now. Based on all your comments, these are all unintentional puppeteering. You're being the puppet master right now, but you're doing it with your eyes shut. Now you're going to do it consciously. Come and join us in the squad, but they are your puppet. It's going to be a great, great month in the month of October. Plus, don't forget, you're there for the accountability. You're there for my lives. You're there for the Mentor Monday lives where we answer your questions and go deep into what it is that's happening to you right now and how to fix it. Come and join us in the squad. I will see you soon. Bye, guys, and make sure to subscribe. Bye.